Les people s'estiment de les pauvres noirs sur le dessous. Eh, dis moi. Ils ont tout buté. Alors, ils ont monnaie de bas. Eh, les pauvres. They want the money to wage job we have over Papa me. But I overhead me. The president taking the money very small. The public is going to cost us people. That's what I made me scared. You know, going no civil have been go call a judge or who. But I'm scared. I know what something we can do. I want to be able to go we play. Those man Jew. All the people money and I see I get money to replace it. The system below. The boy want to want money. Eh, this one. But anyway, I don't know the day that I want to steal it. Or who steal the money, but we dance as who will kill.
No, mais fille with moi. La terre haut côté maille. Et de côté là. Bring it. Yeah, bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Yeah, bring it back. Bring it. 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 Yeah, bring it back. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring out continue back. Bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out fantasy continue back. Bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out continue back. Bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out fantasy continue back. Bring out continue back. Bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out continue back. Yeah, bring out fantasy continue back. Reaching the sales. The other day I saw a minister giving one all I got money for sex. Mama la pure crying again. I won't go to do it again. Few people not feeling passing the job while the masters coming suffer again. That's the competition you don't be. I don't forget who force about change. No care for the home and the papa the children that are selling right in the street. What play the money in the street? So you go out there the time you go be asleep. Not too much trouble to eat, but I also see me like just feel group of people not steep. The money lost so one there. They not shine your money set. Oh, watch out, they all free for now having no security camera there. Check. We need fast and pro. Yeah. The minister and the representative, everybody got the hour you expect. When they finish smoking that opinion, the constitution of man, then they fight. You're smoking opinion. You're smoking opinion. You guys saw somebody follow ya? Y'all see our money, I bring it back. All pay our time, we are cheering back. If my grandfather sit on our money, they play your father, I pray him a job at that. Bro, we pro. Y'all stealing the money, I forget you don't know we ain't got cool car, bro. Score go. Then I score new go. The pass the continue, the few, and I know that the bullet be a slow. The pass the continue, the few, and I know that the bullet be a slow. We all continue back. Yeah, we all continue back. Yeah, we all fantasy continue back. We all continue back. Yeah, we all continue back. We all continue back. Yeah, we all fantasy continue back. We all continue back. We all continue back. Yeah, we all continue back. Yeah, we all fantasy continue back. Yeah, we all 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 fantasy continue back. Me, I know the money better. We talking about who and I get nothing for it. Sumo kote la day, you want tell me say the money the loss who and I fight it. Opinion, none of that continue, so you go turn it with K, that's copying all of them know the person that take the money, they jam with it, but the door and die. The whole contract back, all of Osaka, hey, I'm still with me and the daughter. Senator, be smoking the weed, representing the set in the tea. Minnesota in the hustle, coming in all the ninja, me money, I don't want wet, bring the ball, that prayer. I know about the matches of day, they know everybody was hot, they all that country, I said, what it goes? I know the public effect, but I'll put it in there, still put it in the chat. They get you your red, but if they pass your gun. What's you want to then they say they go over for so we thought they get okay. When they can't see our get, because they get mad. When they call you the hot, then I get tough for after they say yeah, then they say my fault. But what tell them no? Because all of them, you don't know the people that I stole the money for the continue. They ask they call me official, you know that smoking opium. One let to go to jail for so they just to eat for me. Oh, we are continue back. We are continue back.
Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean I won't continue with cow? The man is still in the shade that you won't continue? Yeah.
What? Why you mean I won't continue with cow now?
That's the continue.
Oh, I made a comment, the government crooked at dinner.
That fucking yeah.
Oh, there's something or something on the wrong continue.
How would you for yourself? So why is that? We are the one that will do it. What do you mean I won't continue with cow? The man is still in the shade that you won't continue? Yeah.
What? Why you mean I won't continue with cow now?
That's the continue.
Oh, I made a comment, the government crooked at dinner.
That fucking yeah.
Oh, there's something or something on the wrong continue.
The president taking the money very small. The public say going to cost some people. That's what I'm scared. You know, for no civil being go call a judge or who. But I'm scared. I know what Santa can do. I want to be able to go quickly to see man Jew. All the people money and I get money to replace it. This is still better. The boy man get more money. And guess what? But anyway. I don't know the data man who steal it. Or who steal the money, but we dance as who will kill.
All right, let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. There's a beautiful weather here in the United Kingdom today. Oh yeah, it's so beautiful in terms of the weather. The weather is really in our favor. It's almost like we are in summertime. And just imagine we're just about going to the end of winter, and spring is just around the corner. But the spring is almost like it's almost like we are in a very hot summertime here in the United Kingdom. Great weather and great politics as well. It's great to be here. Great to be here on this special edition. We decided to do this this show today twice. We started on Monday, but once we did it Monday and Tuesday, but today Wednesday, as it is the eve of the most the eagerly awaited report of the $16 billion investigation, the missing $15 million investigation. Today is the eve of it, and tomorrow, according to, if it doesn't change at all, according to information, tomorrow will be the day the Liberians we hear of whatever story that lies behind this this missing money. Tomorrow we hear it, whether it will be by wire, whether it will be by way of audio. The promise is that tomorrow we hear it. Yes or no, although the investigation, let me be quite frank with you. This investigation, we know that it was to be revealed before Christmas last year. Yes, it was to be revealed before Christmas last year. That should have been November. But November came, 2018, we were told that it was postponed to December. At which time we were promised that it will be before Christmas. And 3 days to Christmas, at that time for me, I was already in Liberia as well. 3 days to Christmas, the announcement came that the government was withholding the investigation, the pronouncement of the investigation, till after the holiday season, that which is Christmas celebration and New Year's celebration as well. Reason being, there was no further explanation. But the government is the authority. They can decide, especially in situations like this, they can decide what to do and what not to do as well. And so when they made a pronouncement that the report will not be public until after New Year, New Year's Day celebration, we have to go back in our clusters, right? In our little corners and continue the advocacy and asking the question, those questions that are burning in our heart as well. And some of us, we've not been sleeping. We've been engaging with institutions and individuals that we think can help us to push for the truthfulness to come out of this investigation. So that's what we've been doing. That's why we wrote the American ambassador. You said we also wrote the British ambassador as well, because one of the companies that actually were contacted came from the United Kingdom here, and so we decided to approach the British embassy through the ambassador in Monrovia as well on the issue. And here we are. It was given during the State of the Nation address by Mr. George Weah. He made a pronouncement that the outcome of the result of the investigation, the missing $16 billion investigation, will be at the end of February, which is this month, right? And we know February have only for this year, we've got 28 days, and so meaning tomorrow. Today is the 27th. Tomorrow is the day they promised. The government promised us as well to make the report public to us. We have to know. We have to know. For those of you who are having problem with advocacy, my advocacy as far as the issue of this money is concerned, the only thing I can ask you to do is perhaps you need to, shut me off from your connection. We are connected on Facebook, on all the social media links. You need to shut me off so that you can't see my post, so that Facebook cannot send you a notification when I'm on live. I don't care how many people are here. Even if I'm sitting here on my own. Some people, they do a video recording right in their bedroom or wheresoever on their own, and then before they post it. That's how Facebook has given us the opportunity that we can go live for people to interact with people, with each other. But if you don't find it expedient to do that, because and you're having problem with my advocacy or with the way this messenger is sending the messages out, then kick me out of your way, unfriend me, unfollow me, block me from social media. You won't be able to come across anything that I post. That's the only solution to it. But there's no other solution. There's no other solution that you can shut me down or you shut me off. No. So you're wasting your time. If you don't like the way, if you don't like the message, you don't basically have to kill the messenger. No, don't shoot the messenger because you don't like the message. You don't like the message, find another means that you can kick off that messenger. I am a messenger. So stop shooting me because you don't like my message, because you don't like the message I'm putting across. Do me a favor, man. Please do that. Unfriend me today. Block me on social media. Especially if we are friends already. Block me, unfriend me, unfollowed me. I got almost 200 people that are on my waiting list with friends requests. I've been running Facebook for nearly three years and a half or so. I still haven't reached my target number of 5,000 people. Some people, they just started within 1 year, they are already there. I choose my friends carefully. That's why 3 years is going to 3.5 years now. I still haven't reached my 5,000 members, threshold, which Facebook tell you that you can no longer add another people, or you can't accept other people requests or friend requests or so. So the reason being because I choose my friend. If you and myself are already friends or so, block me. Make way for other people that are waiting to come and be my friends on Facebook. I want to follow me as well. So stop wasting your time. And stop shooting the other messengers because you do not like the message they are preaching. You got to stop it. I don't have a problem with you, being, how do you call it, a propagandist, I don't have a problem with it. That's your choice. That's how you want to live your life. That you want to see black and say it is white. And you want other people, you want me to believe that, yes, this color is black, but you still want me to believe that it is white. No, I'm not like that. If you are saying it is white, you deem it necessary for you to say the black is white to you. You don't have to force me to actually agree with you. And now, because of that message you are putting out there as a messenger, I shouldn't shoot you because of that. Because I don't like the message, because you're lying to me. No. I can want to tell you, perhaps I can come and tell you, say, well, I don't agree with it, and I gave you my reasons or so. But for you to just come and tell me, I don't like the way you make your presentation, I don't like the way you use the airwaves or so, I don't like the way you do your things or so. That's your business. It's not my business. You don't like it? Get off my platform. I said, yeah, I compose myself very well. I don't allow people to come on my platform and use profane languages or so. No, I don't allow it. I don't. When you come with that, I kick you out. If you come here and you want to be educated, fine. That's great. Sit down and listen. If you want to share with us, share with us. Do not come and tell me how to run my show. If you don't like me, if you don't like my messages, if you don't like what I do, It's easy, especially on Facebook. You know why? When you block somebody, even if you've been friends for years and you block somebody, you know how it can be like? It's like the person is is no longer on this planet Earth because you don't come across their posts, you don't see notification from Facebook any longer. No, not even accidentally. So do me a favor. You don't like it, block me off. But this is me, and this is what I stand for. I started days when I was in my ABC class. The moment it came to the point that I was clever in school, and I started becoming let's say class president, as we used to refer to it. Also, from one class to another class president, school. I mean, in the school government also. I started my advocacy a long time. Maybe I didn't even know that I was doing advocacy also. I didn't know I was actually a motivational speaker. I didn't know. But now that I know through education or so, I'm not going to sit there for anybody to control me, to tell me what to do, what not to do. So long I'm not insulting anybody, so long I'm not breaking the rules and regulations of Facebook, so long I am not breaking the rules and regulations that govern me being live on Facebook here in the United Kingdom, you are not going to tell me you are not going to direct me and tell me that you don't like the way I said, you don't like the way I talk, you don't like the way I put things across, you don't like the way I do my advocacy, you don't like the music I play. Do me a favor, block me as of today, unfollow me, and see whether you will ever see anything from me on social media. Thank you. Welcome to today's special edition of Profile Liberia. Thank you very much, Amos George, and welcome to the show. If you want to, you can call. I don't know, you are at work right now, also. If you want to, you can call as well. Okay, but this is the program. Just let's say Profile Liberia. We decided to run Profile Liberia because this platform was mainly created to profile Liberia from different segment of developments and news and everything. And so we on this platform we come up with a specific topic where it has to be on Liberia, and we profile Liberia through that means also. So this week, from Monday, we decided to give this week to the missing $16 billion. Yes, the missing $16 billion, because this is a week that we've all been waiting for, and tomorrow is the D-Day. So today we're going to do at least one hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, or three quarter of an hour, and then come back later after an hour break or so. We're going to do 2 segments. We are going to do 2 editions today, because today is the eve of releasing the reports behind the missing $16 billion. What's up? How are you, Mr. Dean? Welcome to the show. All of you, welcome to the show. Marika Sama is also in the house as well. It's great to see all of you. But before I go further, let me just make this announcement, just in case if you're in Liberia. As you can see, my t-shirt, I support April 5th March in Monrovia, Liberia. I support it on the 5th of April. We will be out there, victims and campaigners for social justice. We will be out there. And merely we will be reminding the government and the international community the needs for the establishment of war and an economic crime code for Liberia, and of course, and not forgetting the full implementation of the TRC recommendations as well. So we will be on the 5th of April this year. We will be in Monrovia. We're talking about patriotic citizens, those citizens that feel that still are feeling somehow that, look, there's something going on. Unless we can settle this from this point of view, we will never move forward as a nation. Those citizens will be out on the 5th of April. So come out, come in masses, and let me tell you, let me remind those again on the other side of the coin. Let me remind you, even if we can have 10 people outside that day, 10 people, only 10 people, even if we can have 5 people, even if we can have 3 people, on that day. The fact of the matter is, the message will go. It doesn't matter the number of people. Yes, the multitude of people is relevant as well. We're not ruling that out, but we know sometimes most effective campaigning, especially as far as human rights is concerned, one person can make a change. The children across the world today are going, every Friday they have decided to walk out of classes, to go to send signal out there to the international community about climate change. It was this little girl in, it was 13 years old in Sweden. She kicked the ball rolling. She started this every week. She will come outside, she will bug out the class for 1 hour, and she will sit in front of her, the members of parliament with her placard. Do something about climate change. You are killing our future. She's talking, she carrying the message and telling the people, telling all of us that we have to do something about climate change, or else their future will be so challenging. This little girl did it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, did it for 1 month, 2, 3 months. Today, it has gone across the world. Last week, our children here in the United Kingdom, nearly 60 schools walked out of school. They walked out of their classrooms. They got outside with their placards and they said, we want climate change. We want you to do something about climate change. So it doesn't matter. You see, the little girl started for 1, 2, 3. Let's say she started for 1 day. It went to a week. It went to 2 weeks. It went to a month or so. And then other children across the world started picking it up. I am sure by this Friday again something going to happen, that it will be extended to other part of the world, where children will leave, they will walk out of their classrooms and say, this is the time. And the last time here in the United Kingdom on Sunday, they appeared on one of our reality TV show, about 3 kids, two kids who took part, who led it here in the UK, and we're asking them whether it was of significant if they will continue to do it. And they said, yes, this is so significant to us. This is why we have decided to do it. And they asked them as to why you can do it on weekends, so that you can stay in classroom and learn also. One of the girls, 14 years old, she replied, and I quote her, she said, we can only do it on weekday, because on weekday, our officials of government, the policy makers, those are the days that they are at work and they can listen, they can see us. On weekends, they shut down television, they shut down social media, they're having their time with their family, people and things. So when we do anything of that nature on weekends, on Saturday, on Sunday, it's not going to go into their platforms or so. That was sensible. So one person can bring about a change. We heard about the story of Rosa Parks. Yes. When she sat down on that bus that day in the United States of America, she never ever thought that this was going to go worldwide. She never thought that it was going to bring a change. That you and myself, we, the colored people today, we can go to places that we never ever used to go. Yes, Martin Luther King did the same old thing. But that day, on that fateful day, when black people, at the time, when you sit on the bus, it doesn't matter. You got there first, you took the seat or so, like today. It's no longer. When that other person happened to enter and they go and demand a seat, they say, I want that seat. You have to wake up because they want you to stand up on that bus. That's what was happening. But on that fateful day, Rosa Parks, she sat there, she said, today, my right will be exercised here. Today, perhaps, it will be the day that will bring change to the whole world, starting with the USA. That race discrimination is no longer things that we should tolerate. And she sat on that seat. And then the man came, I remember, as the history said, I want the seat. And she said, no, I am not waking up from this seat. I came before you on this bus. I will remain seated until I reach to my destination. Yes, that's what Rosa Parks did. And she's remained seated. The media took the story. It went worldwide. Yes. She stood on her feet. because she knew what she wanted. She knew what she was doing. And she knew that she was setting the agenda right. And what happened today? Today, one of all that are in the Western world, where by then when Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, all of them were around, they used to write on some walls and things, on some places, entertainment areas and things, no black, no dog, no Irish is allowed. But what happened today? Those places we can go. The common example, the White House. Yes, they refer to it as a White House. But you know what happened, right? Yes, the history will tell the rest. Okay, I just want to enlighten you about that. The April 5th March, we're going to be in Monrovia. If you are not going to be in Monrovia and you have your relatives, your brothers, your cousins, or whosoever, please encourage them. Let them come also. They are the victims and also campaigners. We are all victims and campaigners. Let us not sit home and let this thing be buried. There are people outside there willing to help us. War and economic crime school for Liberia must be established. And we, for Justice Forum Liberia, while supporting this cause, as we will be in Liberia, we have coordinators that you can contact now. Contact those coordinators, and you register. Your name and your t-shirt will be reserved for the day. Emmanuel Shaw actually works for Joy FM. You can contact Emmanuel on 0778 037 389. Emmanuel Shaw, you can contact him 0778 037 389. For Chris Harris, you can contact Chris on 0770 184 759. For Chris Harris is 0770 184 759. For Lucy Yama, you can contact her via the number 0777 116 869. Yama again 0777, that's 777 116 rather 869. And lastly, Vafi JM Dukle, you can contact Vafi on the number 0777 870 600. Again, for Vafi Dukle, you can contact him on 0777 870 600. These are individuals that will be coordinating the activities for Justice Forum Liberia for the march on the 5th of April. So contact them and reserve your tickets. Your t-shirt for that day. We'll be there and we'll be live in Liberia. All right, the $16 billion, the questions are still being asked. We want to know where is the money. We want to know how in fact we got here. We want to know, I want you to help me to answer the question as well as a concerned citizen of Liberia. Do you think Liberia will benefit from the outcome of this money, of the missing money, of the investigation? Let me put it that way. And also, granted that maybe people are involved, Liberians are involved, what sort of punishment would you want them to receive? Those are the two questions I want also to address. My lines are open now. A video line is activated. You can call if you want to participate. Let's hear from you, or better stay, you can just use your hands, especially if you are in your office or so. You can call due to the office engagement. Just write something down. We'll be able to read it. But first of all, let's go back to how we got here, and then from there I will be taking you to Front Page Africa, exclusive story on this on the investigation as well. So let me take you back a little bit and remind ourselves as to how we got here.
The Central Bank of Liberia wants to clarify to the general public and our partners in progress that there is no 16 billion Liberian dollars missing, as has been erroneously reported in the media. The Central Bank of Liberia wants to clarify to the general public and our partners in progress that there is no 16 billion Liberian dollars missing, as has been erroneously reported. The Central Bank of Liberia wants to clarify to the general public and our partners in progress that there is no 16 billion Liberian dollars missing, as has been erroneously reported in the media.
I have my head about missing money because I know what happened to the money. When I asked to testify in the saga, I would have asked the Central Bank Governor, how come a whole container loaded of the billion dollars is said to have ended up at the vault?
In the media.
I have my head about missing money because I know what happened to the money. Missing money because I know what happened to the money.
The media.
I have my head about missing money because I know what happened to the money. When I asked to testify in the saga, I would have asked the Central Bank Governor, how come a whole container loaded of the billion dollars is said to have ended up at the vault of National Savings Bank, where it is alleged that pickups were drilling there on the cover of darkness during the campaign and were there uploaded and taken to personal homes. Missing money because I know what happened to the money. When I asked to testify in the saga, I would have asked the Central Bank Governor, how come a whole container loaded of the billion dollars is said to have ended up at the vault of National Savings Bank, where it is alleged that pickups were drilling there on the cover of darkness during the campaign and were there uploaded and taken to personal homes.
What shall we do? Sintijan. Oh, Dodi. What shall we do? Sintijan. Oh, Dodi. What shall we do? Sintijan. Oh, Dodi. What shall we do?
What shall we do?
All right, welcome back to the show. Let me go back. What shall we do in this kind of a scenario when we are faced with this kind of a problem? What shall we do? They are our fathers, they are our mothers, they are our brothers, they are our aunties. What should we do? What shall we do when the report is out? $16 billion. About 10.4 million USD. And that's small money we're talking about here. What should we do in this kind of a scenario? When our relatives are involved, when those who told us that they are patriotic citizens of Liberia, when they told us that indeed they are the ones that really care for Liberia, what should we do when their hands are caught up in this cookies jar? What should we do? What sort of punishment would you want them to face? Regardless of whatever position they are holding in government. How do you want them to be punished? Oh yes, when their names are mentioned, and tomorrow when that the report is released tomorrow, I'm just hoping that the president should be back by today from Israel to be on the ground to hear the report. Yeah, some of us we know. The report came out in November. I can tell you this for free. I mean, my brother said for free. The report came out in November. It was withheld. Yes. And they told us they were going to give the report before December. And some of us rushed home and said we want to be on the ground for the report to come out. When 3 days to Christmas, they said no. This report, we're going to hold this report until after New Year. After the New Year's Day celebration. Let me put it that way. So from January 1st to now, how many months now? Only for the president to come out. Mr. Weir came out and told us that, oh yeah, the report, yeah, the money is missing. We heard that money is missing. We have contacted people to help us with the investigation. The report of the investigation will be out by the end of February. Tomorrow is the day. So we decided, Profile Liberia, to do 2 segments today. This one, 1.5 hours, and the next one will come out later. We want to continue advocating. We want to continue asking those questions. We want to continue to provide those burning questions that we need to be answered. And so I'm asking you as well. I want you to participate. I'm going to go right now to share with you a story. First of all, let me bring you this story. Last Monday, this called Monday, actually, to be honest, to be precise, the trial of the wife of the former president, or the ex-wife of the former president of Liberia, Charles Taylor, Madam Agnes Taylor, was postponed. It should have started this come Monday, but it was postponed. Let me see whether I can give you a gist of this story just before I can go to the other one. Those of you that want to follow the story, the trial is being heard here in the United Kingdom as she was arrested here. Agnes Taylor's trial postponed. Owoyu sentence further delayed as well. You know, Tom Owoyu was found guilty in the state in America. He should have been sentenced last month. It was postponed to this month. This month again, our understanding is that it's been delayed. There's have no further, detail regarding that. But let me bring you this particular story to give you a gist of it. The war crimes trial of Agnes Reeves Taylor, former wife of ex-president Charles Taylor, and the sentencing of Thomas Owoyu, former spokesman of the National Patriotic Front of Liberia, NPFL, have both been postponed to later dates. So I'm getting a story actually from the front page Africa. Taylor's trial was due. We're talking about Agnes Reeves Taylor here now. Taylor's trial was due to begin in London starting Monday. That's on the 25th of February 2019, but was delayed just 10 days before the start date. No words was given on the reason for the delay. A further hearing is scheduled for June, so it's been postponed to this June again. The trial of Reeves Taylor, who has been detained since her arrest in 2018, is expected to take 16 weeks and will be a large and costly undertaking for UK prosecutors. Reeves Taylor is being defended by top UK barristers Courtney Griffiths, who defended her husband Charles Taylor during his trial by the Special Tribunal for Sierra Leone held in The Hague. The Taylor is serving a 50-year sentence in a UK prison. Griffiths' fees are being paid by the UK government. This was the second time Reeves Taylor's trial has been pushed back after it was rescheduled for January 14, 2019. Experts are predicting that the case may not start until September. When we use sentencing has been rescheduled for April 30, 2019 after it was moved from October 15, 2018 to November 26, 2018, and then moved again to February 20, 2019. Waweyu 73 faces 74 years imprisonment in the United States after a Philadelphia jury convicted him of 11 counts of criminal fraud and perjury for lying to U.S. immigration authorities about his role in Liberian civil war. There has been no explanation for the repeated delays. Waweyu is under house arrest and wears an ankle bracelet. Reeves Taylor, that's Edgar Reeves Taylor, was arrested in London in July 2018 on 8 counts of torture offenses, which were allegedly committed between 1989 and 2001. She denies all allegations against her. Edgar Reeves Taylor was the 3rd Liberian to face persecution for war crimes and crimes against humanity in Europe for a role in the Liberian Civil War, after Aliyu Koshia in Switzerland and Martina Johnson in Belgium. Waweyu, a former Minister of Defense under the Taylor government, became the first highest ranking official to be convicted in America. His convictions follows this sentencing to 30 years of Muhammad Jabate alias Jongo Jaba for similar offenses in April 2018. Jabate became the first Liberian jailed in America for a role in the Liberian Civil War. Charles Taylor's son Chucky was convicted as an American for committing torture in Liberia's Civil War and is serving a 97-year sentence in Florida. All right, this is it. Just wanted to share this with you. Let's go. Getting some comments here. Amadou Sanon say we should set example, put them on fire. No. If one guilty, brother, we shouldn't go that. That's I've not seen. I've not heard of such a story anyway for stealing. For I don't know, way back in those days or so. We can confiscate their properties if they have anything they're investing in. We can take it. We can try to retrieve some of the money from them. We can sell the property if they have properties or so, or businesses in their own name, or if investigated and we'll find the trail of it. Resell it, auction it, and then put the money back in the cover of the state. But I wouldn't support that other suggestion. All right, quickly, let me see. Okay, let's go to this story. So I'm still asking a question just in case you just joined us. We are discussing about the $16 billion report that is coming or is expected tomorrow. Do you think Liberia will benefit from the outcome of the report tomorrow? And the next question is, what sort of punishment would you want each individual to face? Those that will be caught in the cookies jar. What sort of punishment would you want them to face? So let's take a gist of this story that is actually correspond with what we're discussing here. Front Page Africa. This was on the 25th of February. That's about 3 days ago, right? Yes. It's down to the wire for report on missing billions, US $25 million as well. So it's down to the wire now. We're talking about somebody sitting in London here and wiring the document, through email or whatsoever. That's what this Banner Highlands is trying to say here. It's down to the wire for report on the missing billions, US 25 million as well. So we're talking about 2 segments here, missing 16 billions and the US 25 million that was said by the finance minister was infused in the Liberian economy. So okay, that's the headlines here. Let me just take a gist of this story. It's a very, very lengthy story as well. Let's see how where we will go from here. It says here, late January, when President George Manuel Weah delivered his annual message before the joint session of the National Legislature, it was clear that his administration was aware about the anxiety hovering over the nation, still in shock over the missing of the 16 billion and US 25 million respectively. Okay, the president acknowledged that during the year 2018 under review, the news media was saturated with stories alleging that containers of Liberian dollars imported by the central bank were missing. Given the gravity of the allegations, the president declared his administration took several actions in response, including setting up a special presidential technical committee to investigate. In addition, the president said the government requested the assistance of the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to help in conducting a separate external investigation into the alleged missing money. This is the part I really like. You know, we didn't leave it in the hands of Liberians, but external people that have no dealing with any Liberian government official or so. Let me put it that way. These are the people, strange people. Yeah, I like this part. With the assistance and support of USAID and other team from CRO of London. I've been ringing them since day before yesterday. I can't get to their office. Seems to be almost like they operate the office on the internet, just by way other way. Okay, the report from the let's read that again. With the assistance and support of USAID and other team from CRO of London, that's England, was invited to independently investigate and report findings. I want to spell this word for you so you can Google it and find out yourself as well. The company name is called CRO of London. It's just Google as KROLL. That's Kilo Romeo Oscar Lima of London. If you Google that, you'll be able to maybe track down that company, and maybe you want to do some follow-up and see whether you can ring them and find out if you are interested. Okay, so that is it there. All right, let's go further. If it is established that there the report from the CRO audit team is expected at the end of February 2019, that's tomorrow, and will be released to the public by USAID. If it is established that there has been any willful act of criminality, negligence, or malfeasance by anyone implicated in the reports, the full weight of the law will be brought to bear. That's what the president said. The month of February is now down to its last days, and the expectations are high about findings in those reports, which have until now been made in secrecy and void of leaks, although murmurs about bits and pieces have been floating in the air. U.S. information phase long completed. Front Page Africa has learned that versions of both the report by the Special Presidential Technical Committee and the USAID funded one from the CRO audit firm have been making the internal round of the diplomatic and government circles since last November, or at least details from them, but concerns over how Liberians will react to the reports have kept them from the glare of the public eye. That's why I was telling you, I say the report came out a long time, but the people, they're thinking, you know, as maybe as detailed as the report is, whether they've been trying to find the appropriate time to release the report. The tension at the time from last November to maybe up to January, you know, it was high, very, very high. I went to Monrovia. I spent my Christmas and New Year there. I saw on the ground. I spoke with people, and the reception, getting up to this point, I don't know. Okay, let's continue here. The envoy explained that the Liberian government provided full cooperation during the exercise, adding that the international forensic team has returned to where it came from and was in the process of analyzing and compiling its findings to be made public. Although the ambassador failed to mention how soon the report will be out, some diplomatic circles suggested that the report will be made public after the Christmas and New Year's holidays 2018. That was then, right? Okay, that's what I told you. There's a threat. Even when Front Page Africa sought clarity from the embassy in the new year on its pledge to release the report after the holidays, the embassy was mum, probably was known, telling FPA, that's the Front Page Africa, through a spokesperson, that it could not provide any further update other than what was provided by the ambassador last December. The interest from the US and other international stakeholders was triggered by a massive protest organized by aggrieved and disenchanted citizens under the banners "Concerned Citizens United to Bring Back Our Money" and "Economic Freedom Fighters of Liberia," for international partners to help with investigation or with investigators to ascertain the fate of their missing 16 billion. Protesters last September made appeals to the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and the United Nations to intervene by embarking on the Liberian government to account for the missing money. The protesters also called on international stakeholders to provide technicians to investigate the matter, as they do not trust the Liberian government on accounts that officials have been providing conflicting information surrounding the issue, and most of the people of the presidential investigative team are related to people who are to be investigated. So that's why I kept playing the back and forth between the central bank governor and Mr. Morobamolu. One is saying this, another person is saying that, and that other person is saying this. So yes, the U.S. Embassy, in a release issued on October 10, that last year 2018, stated that it was its assessment that such a report would be the most credible and effective means to determine quickly the scale of the problem, and will be an appropriate means for the United States to support the Liberian government's and citizens' desire to understand the allegations and facts. If a broader, longer investigation were found to be needed after the scoping mission has concluded, the government could discuss next steps with international partners, the release says. Missing money's economic implications. The economic implication of the missing money. Let's read that. It has been a long and dreary past few months of uncertainty. The fear of the unknown and the mystery surrounding the missing money cast a dominant shadow over the first year of the weird-led government, now swirling in the midst of a serious economic and political crisis. Complicating matters are numerous reports of fiscal indiscipline that have overwhelmed the economic, causing a strain of the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, that is now in serious financial turmoil. The lack of enough local currency on the market has been dampened by a previous year in which the government spent 25% over $100 million down what was collected in revenue, more than its revenue generated. Economists say due to the current fiscal indiscipline, the country's foreign currency reserve to the tune of US 150 million that was left by the previous Unity Party-led government have been knowingly and unknowingly depleted. Front Page Africa has learned that the strains have put the government in the red with debts to the central banks of Liberia in the tune of US 125 million. And many economists expressed fears that the government may not be able to repay the loan owed the CBL. Additionally, the government reportedly owed the CBL, that's the Central Bank of Liberia, close to LD $3 billion. To be exact, LD 2.8 billion. $800 million Liberian dollars. According to a highly placed CBS source. Knowing this, the source says the Ministry of Finance continues to write bounce checks, which is making it difficult to the CBL to make good from its currency reserves. For the past year, the CBL, that's the Central Bank of Liberia, has been bailing the government out of its payroll difficulties by financing the payroll, but due to low liquidity problems, the CBL could only manage to pay some government ministries and agencies for Christmas, while other ministries and agencies were not paid for the Christmas and New Year holidays. The continued intervention by the CBL to finance the payroll to minimize chaos and street protests has not only depleted the country's reserves but stands out as the root cause of the unfolding economic crisis. CBL source, central government's saving depleting. To make matters worse, the Liberian Revenue Authority, LRD, is said to be underperforming. To meet up with government's monthly payrolls, operations, and demands, the LRD is tasked to collect US 1.5 million, $1,500,000 daily, but unfortunately, the daily revenue collections has dropped as low as US 500,000, causing a deficit of 66.66 on the performance of the government. I'm reading from Front Page Africa, as you know. In the first quarter of the year, the government has been surviving mainly on revenues generated from real estate, but that has not been forthcoming. Some diplomatic observers say the cause of the drop in revenue has to be seriously investigated and immediate steps taken to remedy the situation. A senior CBL official with knowledge of the situation, speaking strictly on condition of anonymity, explained to FPA that as of the date of reporting, the central government's saving at the central bank, both consolidated and operational accounts, are below US 10 million. Wow. This situation presupposes that the central government will be incapacitated to make up with the monthly civil servants' salaries. All this as the explanation surrounding the US 25 million intended as a stimulus package to aid the rising US exchange rate remains shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Okay, let's talk about this one, talking about muffled explanation over US 25 millions. Let's hear that one. Finance and Economic Development Planning Minister Samuel Tuwe, responding to questions during a Senate budget hearing last year, suggested that while the intervention of the president through the infusion of US 25 million stimulus package has helped to thwart what was gradually becoming a looming financial crisis following the alarming depreciation of the local currency, that the transaction, unlike others during the past government, was done exclusively outside the banking sector and distributing to money changers on the street. Here you go. The ministers assured that the CBL, which was responsible for the process, has documents with the names, telephone numbers, and emails of those who benefited although those names have not been made public. You know, this is the funny bit. You know, you go to money exchanger in the street and give somebody some 20,000. Let's say 20,000 Liberian dollars. You know, or sorry, US dollar, and you take their phone number. You take their email. You're talking about email address. How many? Even our own government official, then you write their email, you will never get reply. Yes, I've tried that so many times. You go in the street and give somebody 20,000 US dollars and tell them, say, we want your mobile number, we want your full name, and give us your email address so we can keep track of the money we're giving you. Come on, man. Hey, God. Do we use email? I mean, communication wise, are we using emails to communicate? Yeah, then they're at the executive mansion. Go on their website. You don't find one email address of anybody, even those that are between the president, the government, and us, and the journalists, and the public. They don't have no contact numbers on the executive mansion, including the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Matanya Mageo, including somebody who is responsible for press and public affairs for the president's office. They don't have email address on the website. They don't have telephone number. There's one telephone number. You can get one telephone number of any of the officials that are working within the offices of the president. Let's say a Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. How can you run a government like this? I can sit down right here, right now in the United Kingdom. If I'm looking for a congressional representative for example, Minnesota, I can sit down right here from one step to another through Google to the website of the United States Congressional House or so. I can stay from one step to another. I will get email address. I will get telephone number that I can ring and speak to the congressional representative of a certain district within Minnesota, a certain district within Texas or so. I can send you can send anywhere and do that. But try with Liberia. You can get one person, you can get one contact to reach somebody. So even if you have burning issues, like all the letters we've been writing, Justice Forum been writing to international bodies also, we can have a constituency copy to the president, but there's no way to send it. No way. There's no email address. There's no telephone number. If you are not, somehow maybe personal friend to any of them that are working there, you can't reach them. And this is wrong. And I keep preaching this. It is wrong. I keep reminding them. The Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, you clothe with the authority to manage the activities of the president. That is why the president appoints the press attaché to his office. That is why the Minister of State is appointed. That is why I don't get time to go through the special director for special service also. No. I'm not here for that. I'm a journalist. If I want to get in touch, I have to go through Mr. Tobe, Smith Tobe, who is now who actually replaced Sam Manor. But if you go, even right now as I speak to you, if you go on the website, you will still see Sam Manor name on the website. Public affairs. Nobody is there. They're getting they're raising the money every year. We're raising the budget. We give them budget, special budget, operational budget. They call it so-called operational budgets or so. Everything is included. Running a website, ensuring that the IT department is effective. Those guys are doing their work perfectly and checking the website, making sure that they're updating everything every day. Also, any changes are happening to affect the office, they have to reflect it there. But if you go there still, some man and name is still there. What about Smith Toby is the one that actually in that category, serving in that category as the public affairs man. This is wrong. Now let me continue with this thing. So going in the street to take $10 million. I mean, talking about US dollars here. We're talking about Liberia here. Where even the homes that we have, we don't have a home identification form. Like houses are numbered, streets are are laid out correctly, that the postal system is working fine, the internet is working fine, the broadband is heavy, is moving good. Okay, I think that you can just email somebody within an hour or so, the person can reply you. Within 30 minutes the person can reply you. You don't have to call telephone number or so on whatsoever. I mean, how can you go in the street and go give somebody that doesn't even have any idea about email or email address? You don't even have idea about computer. That's what this finance minister told us. We went and took down their names, we took down their contact numbers, we took down email addresses from them, and we told them we'll keep in touch with you. We're giving you $10 million, 10,000. We're giving you $15,000 US. We're giving you $20,000 US. We will time after time be contacting you. Come on, man. You think Liberian people are stupid, man? Let me continue with this story. We are here on the platform Profile Liberia. We are talking about the $16 billion. Tomorrow is the day the report is coming out. Today is the eve. So we are still discussing and we're asking the question: what are you expecting? What is your expectation? You think Liberia will benefit from the report? And the next question is, what sort of punishment would you want to be, or would you want them to receive? Any of those that will be caught in this situation, what sort of punishment you recommend? Please, fellow Liberians, if you can call, a video is activated. Some people good at, they just want to sit down and listen. I know it's good, but at least make your contribution, make your presence felt here as well. Nobody's haunting you. Nothing. Just write something. If you can call, write something, and I will read it out as well. So let's continue. Welcome to all of you. We got a couple of more minutes to go. Let me check my time because I'm only here for 1 hour, 30 minutes or so. Okay. Time 5 spent. Welcome to all. Let me continue with this story. The minister explained that of the US 25 million, US 17.1 million was used to mop up LD 2.3 billion from the market, while claiming that the US 25 million was not intended to remain sustainable but a quick action intervention which has helped to keep the exchange rate stable for some time, and that currently there is LD 17.1 billion in circulation outside the banking sector. Has the rate changed since? No, it went up. In his inaugural address in January, President Weah explained that as of December 2018, a total of 17 million United States dollars was used for the intervention, which significantly contributed to the general stability in the exchange rate for the past 6 months. July to December 2018, the balance 8 million United States dollar is reserved by the central bank as a precautionary intervention fund. Liberia. Okay, printing authorization under scrutiny. Let's read that part. Front Page Africa has learned from investigative sources that while much attention is being placed on the probe of the missing billions and the subsequent US 25 million, a key part of the findings is expected to address the issue of who authorized the printing of the billions in local currency and how much was actually printed. That issue has landed journalist Philip S. Brown in hot water with the national legislature. Mr. Brown departed Monrovia last week. The newspaper had accused some current and former lawmakers from the 53rd National Legislature, House of Representatives, of taking bribe to the tune of US 1.2 million. $1,200,000 United States dollars to give the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, the authority to print the US 10 billion. No, sorry, the LD 10 billion Liberian dollars. I are desperately trying to have him murdered. Mr. Brown, who says he has left the country for an unknown destination, says he has been struggling to validate bond in the wake of an arrest warrant out for him from the legislature. Mr. Brown says while he has the financial ability to take care of his bond and legal defense team, he has realized that the lawmakers are not interested in going to court but to have him murdered. He said that since insurance companies cannot ensure that he obtains a bond, his only option, as was advised, was to flee Liberia into exile. Hey God, this is not right, man. Sources: Salif, weeks likely for gas. In the wake of the Brown flight, Front Page Africa has learned from investigative sources that two central current and former CBL figures, ex-governor J. Milton Weeks and the current deputy governor Mr. Charles Salif, who happens to be the eldest son of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, could face arrest over the printing of the money. Both men are said to be aware of the looming action and are said to be preparing bonds in the event of an arrest order when the report is finally released. The issue is being further compounded by the fact that investigators have reportedly uncovered, while reconciling the two reports, that a little more than LD 2.5 billion was printed in excess. It is unclear how deep, from what FPA has gathered, how far both reports will go to address the issue of who ordered the printing of the excess money. Crane, the Swedish-based company, contracted to print the money. Previously, responding to a front page inquiry, said it does not comment on clients' work. Since reports of the missing money began to surface, Liberians have been kept in the dark. What remains unclear is what happened to the missing containers on the night of March 31st, 2018. Who signed for the containers leaving the port, and where did they go after? Who escorted the trucks carrying the money, and why has it been difficult to find traces of the money anywhere on the market? More importantly, did the money reach the Central Bank of Liberia, or were all taken to the old housing and saving bank downward side, as some have speculated? In 4 days, bearing any more prolonging of the release date, but today now is 2 days time, tomorrow, Liberians could finally get the answer to the lingering questions they have been yearning, and which have been dodging them all year. For those who braved the rain, trumpeting, bring back our money, hashtag, and hovering all on the lofty expectations, the revelation could once and for all allay their fears or redirect them on another adventurous journey in search of the truth. That is the story there. As we discuss the issue of this missing money. It's great to hear you. It's great to see you here. Let's go back and remind ourselves. Just before I leave you, let's just remind ourselves. This story is within this report. One person saying this, another person saying that. But don't forget, on April the 5th, we will be outside in Liberia, across Liberia. That's why I say I support April 5th march. We'll be there to tell the international community and cry out to Mr. Weir and his government. There is a need for all to establish war and economic ground school for Liberia. That's why we'll be there on April 5th. Come out. If you're not going because of one other reason or another, you're in exile, you're in foreign land, you can take a phone call and ring your relative, ring that individual, let them go and represent you and represent our people that were killed. They killed them for nothing. We got to stand out for them. All right, let's go back again, remind ourselves how we got here.
The Central Bank of Liberia wants to clarify to the general public and our partners in progress that there is no 16 billion Liberian dollars missing, as has been erroneously reported in the media.
I have my head about missing money because I know what happened to the money. When I asked to testify in the saga, I would have asked the Central Bank governor, how come a whole container loaded of the billion dollars is said to have ended up at the vault of National Savings Bank, where it is alleged that pickups were trading there under the cover of darkness during the campaign and were there uploaded and taken to personal homes.
The Central Bank of Liberia wants to clarify to the general public and our partners in progress that there is no 16 billion Liberian dollars missing, as has been erroneously reported in the media.
I have my head about missing money because I know what happened to the money. When I asked to testify in the saga, I would have asked the Central Bank governor, how come a whole container loaded of the billion dollars is said to have ended up at the vault of National Savings Bank, where it is alleged that pickups were trading there under the cover of darkness during the campaign and were there uploaded and taken to personal homes.
What shall we
Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy. What shall we do?
What shall we do?
That's why we say we pray for whoever Your mother is my father. They'll be caught in the web. Papa, put them to shame. All right, let me take some of your comments here just before I leave. I promise I'm going to be here 1 hour 30 minutes because we'll have to come back later on. Thanks to all of you who shared the video, this video. All right, I think I done with this. Amos George is saying, Max, do not listen to these lunatics. Sometimes the true hurt. Let's move on. Thank you so much. Let's go. Amos he's back. He said, I'm at work, but I know tomorrow will be the day in Liberia about the missing $16 billion and $25 million. CDC, get ready to explain. Amadou Sano, he says here, set example, put them on firing if found guilty. Okay, he says the only way we can set example by virtue of this, anybody who is caught in, we should take their life. No, I don't think we should go that route. Thank you for your contribution, but we shouldn't go that side. Henry passed away. See, okay, this one different. I only want to read those comments that are relative to. All right, Henry passed away says, yeah, thus is the result of giving power to a criminal. To giving power to criminals, the result that we're getting. Henry passed away. These guys are nothing but super criminals. The money is with them. No money changer received any money. They are lying to the Liberian people. So that's Henry passed away there, who also expressing his frustration as well. Thank you so much. So like I said, we just want to reiterate, just about to end the show for this first segment. We'll be back later on. For those of you in Monrovia, if you have relatives in Monrovia and you want them to participate in the coming march, which is written on my shirt here, I support April 5th march. Please, we are marching for justice. Victims and campaigners will be marching for justice. So come out. If you are in the diaspora or you're in Liberia, these are the people to contact. Let me just read their names out to you. These are the people to contact. They will be coordinating. Call them and tell them that you want to participate, and they will take your name down, and from there they will reserve your t-shirt. Call Emmanuel Shaw. Emmanuel Shaw, you can reach him on 0778 037 389. Emmanuel Shaw again is 0778 037 389. You can also reach out to Chris Harris, 0770 184 759. 0770 184 759. And you can also reach out to Lusu Yama. Her number is 0777 116 869. Again, for Lusu is 0777 116 869. And lastly, you can reach out to Vafi Dukle, Vafi JM Dukle. His number is 0777 870 600. Again, Vafi Dukle is 0770 870 600. These are the guys that you can contact. Justice Forum Liberia will be participating in this march and will be representing those innocent souls that were taken away from us. Will be there live. So call them and book your t-shirt, book your space and book your t-shirt. On the day, on the 5th of April, we will meet. We will decide where we will meet. Although the general meeting ground will be the executive pavilion on Ashmont Street. I think on the Ashmont Street side. So there where we will start the march. We'll start the march right there. We will gather there and put ourselves together and begin to start. I think we'll be starting, when we kick off from there, we'll be starting with the U.S. Embassy on Benson Street, Snapper Hill, where we are hoping to go and present our statement, and then from there we will go to the European Union representation as well, and then we will, go to a few embassies and to the government as well. We will march there and go and present our statements again. And so this is how things are going to be like on the 5th of April 2019. I want to say thank you so much. Let me take this last one. I think from Mr. Sir Noah. No amount of protest will help us. We need a stronger movement of patriotic to take over the leadership. It needs a good planning. I don't know. I think you got to start with protest. Even what happening now in Venezuela, you got to start. We saw the Arab Spring. I'm not suggesting, or I'm not propounding that we should do anything that have to end with somebody losing life. No. Protest does work. Except in the context of Africa, or the African politics. But in other part of the world, we have seen protest working. Either the leader will leave power and they're gone. Protest does work. So actually, I will not be putting my signature on anything that will end up somebody losing life. We know what happened during the elections. We know. The 2017 election, we were on the ground. We saw things, we heard things. We know what happened. Perhaps this will... Let me leave that. But we know what happened. And tomorrow, there will come tomorrow that some of us will sit down and tell the story, the true story. We know what happened. But we can't go and resolve issues that way. We are in now, right? We are all inside. For me, what I want to see, I just want the truth. I just want policies that we put together. I just want the law. I just want the constitution. Everything to be respected. I just want people to do the right thing for the people they say they are representing. That's all I want. Nothing else. Let me look at my time. I need to get out of here now. Yes, we need to get out of here now. Thank you so much for watching. Let's hope when we shall come back later, you will be here, and we will do some exchanges here. Let's go back to our team and get this song.
Oh God. Good boy. The people say the people are not to the this one. There is our two people. And we are one of them. The money the way Joe we are over Papa me. But I almost hate you. The president taking the money very small. The public say go report 7 people. That what I made me scared. You know, no civil have been able to call a judge or who. But I'm scared. I know what we can do. I want to be able to go quickly to see man Jew. All the people money and I still I get money to replace it. This is still better. The boy doesn't want the money. This one. But anyway, I don't know the day I'm going to steal it. All of us who steal the money, but we will dance as who will kill.
Also, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for sitting here. Until later on, we'll be back on the Profile Liberia. You have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time.
Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean I rock with your cow? The military still in the shed and the rock with you? Yeah.
What do you mean I rock with your cow now?
That's the rock with you.
Oh, I made a government, they government crooked at dinner.
That's what they are.
Oh, they're suffering or suffering at the rock with dinner.
I will get up for yourself. So, we have a woman with you.